Monday, April 21st, 2026. The man who turned Apple into a $4 trillion company just announced he is leaving. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, the most valuable company on earth, posted a letter today confirming he will step down in September. After 15 years running the most powerful technology company in human history, he is walking away. And the entire tech world stopped breathing for a moment. To understand why this matters, you need to understand what Tim Cook actually built. When Steve Jobs died in October 2011, Apple was already the most talked about company in the world. But it was not yet the most valuable. Jobs handed Cook a company worth roughly $350 billion. Jobs handed Cook an iPhone with less than a quarter of the US smartphone market. Jobs handed Cook a company known for one visionary man, and one man only. Cook handed back a company worth $4 trillion. The iPhone now controls nearly 2/3 of the entire US smartphone market. Apple has become not just a phone company, but the operating system of modern human life. Your phone, your laptop, your watch, your earphones, your payment system, your health data, your password manager, your photos, your memories, all inside one ecosystem, all built under one man. Tim Cook did not invent Apple. He did something harder. He scaled it. Think of it like this. Steve Jobs was the architect who drew the blueprint. Tim Cook was the engineer who built the skyscraper, floor by floor, for 15 years, without the blueprint ever changing, and without the building ever falling. But the world Cook is handing over is different from the one he inherited. The AI era is here. And Apple, the company that controls 1 billion active devices, has been slower than Google, Microsoft, and even Meta in deploying artificial intelligence at scale. The Apple Vision Pro, Cook's most ambitious hardware gamble, sold far below expectations. Siri, Apple's voice assistant, has fallen years behind its competitors. The pressure to catch up is immense. This is why the successor matters as much as the departure. John Ternus, 51 years old, engineer, has spent his entire career, 25 years, inside Apple. His hands built the iPhone you are probably holding right now. His team designed the AirPods in your ears. He led the historic transition from Intel chips to Apple Silicon, arguably the single most important engineering decision Apple made in the past decade, and it worked flawlessly. Tim Cook said of Ternus, "He is a visionary whose contributions to Apple over 25 years are already too numerous to count. He is without question the right person to lead Apple into the future." But here's what nobody is saying out loud yet. Apple's entire next chapter depends on artificial intelligence. A foldable iPhone is expected this fall. A new Siri powered by Gemini AI is coming. Custom AI chips and in-house AI servers are in development. Apple's next 3 years will be more technically complex, more engineering-driven, more hardware-dependent than any period in the company's history since Jobs designed the first iPhone in 2007. Cook was an operations genius, a supply chain master, a man who could manufacture 200 million iPhones a year without a single factory blowing up. That era required those skills. The next era requires something different. It requires an engineer who understands what the hardware can do and pushes it to the absolute limit. Ternus is that person. But the question every investor, every developer, every person who owns an Apple product is now asking is simple. Jobs built Apple. Cook scaled Apple. Can Ternus reimagine Apple? The answer comes September 1st, 2026.